previously on ITW.
Aubrey, DNA, what they call ourselves. So you like the word awesome a lot.
I do.
Right? And one, just open it up. But
that allows you to create and discover interactive images. And what
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ITW. DNA here, the Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly of CMS. We like to call ourselves that. I don't know why. But we do have a Panther-themed episode we want to celebrate. What a great season they've had. Hopefully, they got a game this weekend. So we want to make sure to show our support.
All
this
black.
is a Panther theme. All black. They were all black this weekend. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
Let's go.
This is a Panther-themed episode, so we want to cheer them on. But we do have an excellent episode, a great ITW for today. A lot of things we want to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to start off by talking about iOS 7. A lot of you guys have updated your
Yes.
iPads already, any iOS device you have. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to identify some key new features with Notification Center, Control Center, AirDrop, security feature as well. And we also have, a good face-to-face today.
Right. We get a chance to interview Brandon DeLue. He is the Director of Information Systems. So we want to let him talk about some of the projects that are going on. He also has some good information about Windows 7 that I think you guys will find very interesting. So stay tuned for that. Enjoy this Panther-themed episode.
Let's go, Panthers.
Of ITW.
Let's go. All right, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about iOS 7 today. We know most of you guys have updated your iOS devices to iOS 7. What we're going to do is we've kind of narrowed it down to about four or five different features we want to talk about. And the first one is Notification Center.
Yeah, there's a few things with Notification Center that are a little different. When you go to your Notification Center, you'll just swipe from the top and pull down. And what you will see is you're going to see three tabs. You're going to see today's tab. That today's tab is going to show your events for today, anything that you have in your calendar. Then you'll be able to see your all tab. That will have all your notifications from the different apps that you have identified as where you want notifications from. And then you'll see a missed category, a missed tab, where that will show any notifications that you may have missed throughout your day. Also, there's also a little change in the Control Center. Just the opposite from the Notification Center. For the Control Center, you're going to swipe up, and then you'll see some basic settings, some commonly used things that you would normally use on your iPad. Things like your camera, your volume, things of that nature. You'll be able to see those things there. This is also where you're going to find where you can use your AirPlay when you want to AirPlay to your Apple TV or maybe another device, and you can also find your AirDrop. AirDrop is available.
AirDrop is a great feature for you guys to use. We know a lot of the teachers and students have had questions about how you transfer files, whether it be pictures or videos from one iPad to another, because most of you guys aren't going to be using iMessage with the students. So AirDrop is a great feature. And what AirDrop does is it uses Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi to encrypt the data that you're sending from one device or another. Now, be aware that in order to use AirDrop, first of all, you have to have an iCloud account. Second of all, you have to be on a iPhone 5 or later, iPad 4th generation or later, iPad mini, or iPod Touch 5th generation or later. So it kind of narrows the users that are able to use it depending on the device that you have. But for those of you guys who are looking to purchase iPads, it's a great new feature. The last thing we want to talk about is the security feature that has been added to iOS 7 and the Find My iPhone. So a great new feature. iPads can be lost, iPhones, iPod Touches, we know that they're lost all the time. This great new feature with Find My iPhone, you guys have probably heard about it before. It's been around since the beginning. But what iOS 7 allows is once you turn on Find My iPhone in the iCloud settings, what it does is it basically where no one can take your device without knowing your iTunes password or your Apple ID password. So it's a great feature. So if someone takes your iPad and connects to Wi-Fi and wipes it, I don't care what they do to it, there's nothing they can do to get your account off of that iOS 7 device. So make sure when you guys update to iOS 7, you turn Find My iPhone on in the iCloud, in the iCloud settings, and make sure you keep that on. put your Apple ID in. This way, if it does get lost or misplaced, no one can do anything with it. Yeah.
Yes. And those are just a few basic things. There's some other changes in iOS 7, but you can take a look at that. We're putting a website. Hopefully you'll be able to see that on the screen where you can go to and find more information about some of the different changes in iOS 7. But we want to transition from iOS 7, and go into our face-to-face. We have a very special guest. Brandon DeLue is here talking with us about some key important projects and other things that are going on with information systems and technology here. So this is our face-to-face with Brandon DeLue.
Kingston. You touch my heart, disappear.
Hello everyone, welcome to Face to Face. This is Aubrey Harrison. Have a special guest with us. This is Brandon DeLue. Am I saying that right?
Yes, correct.
Good, thank you. Brandon is here joining us. Brandon, by the way, have you checked out our background? We have the Panther theme going. Are you going to watch the game this weekend?
Yeah, very appropriate. Absolutely. My son's a huge Panthers fan.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Well, Brandon, for our audience, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, your position?
Absolutely. So I'm the Director of Information Systems and Support. And I'm new to CMS, been here about 5 months, coming to you guys from Stanley County, where I was a Chief Technology Officer. So very excited to be here and being a part of the new projects upcoming.
Well, I appreciate you coming here, Brandon. There's a lot of questions I want to talk to you about. I know there's some things that the teachers were really interested in knowing. Your team has been working really hard on some different projects that you guys have been working on. Can you tell us about some of the ones that have been completed or near completion?
Yeah, absolutely. So we had a very busy first semester, and obviously all of our middle school and high school teachers got the new HP Revolves with Windows 7,
Right.
So that was a big project that us in the Instructional Technology Department worked collaboratively on. We also finished deploying our first round of iPad carts to our elementary schools.
Okay.
And we actually have our second round. They've already been delivered, but we're configuring those, so we're making a lot of headway. We've also done a lot with our middle schools in terms of the Google Chromebooks to be able to support the new online tech books. So those are some of the big projects. We've got some ongoing projects. We've got the new classroom projection systems.
Okay.
That's going to continue on until the beginning of next school year, as well as finishing the wireless in all of our mobile units.
Okay, that sounds good. That's a lot of work that you guys have been doing so far.
We're staying busy.
I see. Is there anything that's coming up? Any projects that you guys are going to be working on or looking to in the future?
Yeah, so we've our biggest project coming up right now is going to be our Windows 7 deployment. So as we know, we've been on Windows XP for some time, and we've done a lot of infrastructure upgrades over the last 18 months to be able to get ready for this. So we've had 3 pilot schools already, in elementary, middle, and high school, and so we're going to in February be looking to start completing the rest of the schools. It's going to take us at least we're planning to be done by the first of next school year, but that's a little optimistic for us with 160 sites.
Okay, well that's good. That's exciting. I know the teachers will be looking forward to that Windows 7 update. One of the things I know teachers do have questions about is storage. They have their 50 megabytes of storage that they have on their network here at school, but that's not a lot, and they have a lot of questions and concerns about that. What are some other options that they have in terms of being able to store some of their content?
So right now, it is very costly to be able to provide even the 50 megabytes of storage for all of our students and teachers. Initially, our best option is cloud-based storage. So we know that we have Google Apps, we have the new Sky Drives with the Windows 8 devices, as well as Gaggle storage. So right now, in the meantime, those are the best options for us in terms of cloud-based storage. We hope that we'll be able to provide more of a seamless integration with cloud-based storage and with what we're offering with our local storage. We're trying to navigate some of the legalities of storing our information in the cloud, as well as making sure that it's going to meet our students and teachers' needs.
Okay. And the good thing is with some of those options, the students have the same ability to store some of their content. I know with Google, Gaggle, they can store some of their content there too. So those are some good options that teachers should consider. I know another question that teachers have a lot of issues with is with their email. Is there anything that you can talk about with email in terms of maybe alternatives that they can have? Because I know there's not a lot of storage there for them either, and they get a lot of emails. So Can you talk a little bit about that, about the email?
Yeah, so unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do there. I know we run into the same thing. Very expensive to be able to offer a lot of storage through email. So we have had offered solutions where we can forward those emails to a Gaggle or a Google account, but just your daily basic, making sure that you're not sending large files. So leveraging solutions like Google Apps to be able to share documents collaboratively online as opposed to emailing them back and forth is a great way to keep your inbox down, and then once again just forward them on to maybe a Gaggle or storing them in documents such as Google.
Right. And there's options. They may not be perfect solutions, but there are alternatives for them. Archiving emails, I know something a lot of people have questions about, and they try to do. If teachers have questions like those, or just maybe general technology questions, where's a place they can go to try to get answers to those questions?
Yeah. So always going to be the quickest way is to check with your local tech contact. So every school has a local tech contact. It's a great place, a great first start, front line of support. Then from there, either the local tech contact or the teacher can obviously contact the help desk. We have a system called Surewell, and it runs, our help desk runs that. So any issues, whether it's technical or questions, can get filtered through there, and it's a way for us to track and make sure that we take care of them on a not only a first come first served basis, but also as priorities change. So those are the best ways.
Right. The Sharewell system is very helpful. I really like it because it does provide feedback to teachers in terms of the progress when it was completed. Maybe if there's questions that the person who's resolving the issue has, they can communicate through Sharewell.
They can, and it's also there's an email that follows that work order or that ticket. So if for whatever reason service wasn't completed to your expectations, they have an opportunity to provide that feedback so we can continue to improve our service.
That's great information. Yep. Well, Brandon, I appreciate you coming by.
Yeah,
thank you. Enjoy the Panthers game this weekend.
Yeah, you as well.
All right, and we'll see you guys next time for our next face-to-face.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. Make sure you guys send us your questions and comments to itw@cms.k12.nc.us, or you can tweet us at CMS to the core, because we love to hear your thoughts and ideas for topics and different ideas for upcoming shows.
Yeah, and make sure that you guys stay tuned this weekend for the Panthers game. Very important playoff game. We want to make sure we show our support, cheer on our team, and cheer them to victory. You got a prediction for this weekend's game?
Yeah, I think Cam's going to have a big game. I think he might throw a couple touchdown passes, maybe run for one. I'm saying maybe 24-12.
24-12.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I think in the end, we're going to have a late comeback. Cam's going to get to the end zone.
Cardiac
He's going to give the little Superman pose, do a little Superman for Cam. So I think it's going to be a 24-21 game.
Wow.
Panthers.
Yes, wow.
Yes.
Thanks again for watching, and make sure you guys tune in next week for another edition of ITW.
Go Panthers.